If you're like me, you can't help but wonder if Meghan is Harry's mother or wife. Because, let's be real here, there are more videos of Meghan directing him than you'll find of a parent guiding a toddler through a toy store. She treats him like a literal 2-year-old who needs constant supervision and direction. Let's jump right in and look at some of these moments in today's video. The first clip I want us to look at is this particular one from the Invictus Games. You'd think the guy who came up with the whole shebang would be the one handing out the awards, right? But for some reason, he seems like a lost puppy waiting for some sort of approval from Meghan. Once he gets that nod of approval, that's when we see the two of them walk ahead and hand over the awards. It comes off as weird and bizarre and just goes to show that Meghan is the control freak pulling the strings behind the scenes. But sadly, the cringe doesn't stop there. You would think after presenting the silver and bronze medals together, it's now Harry's big chance to shine by presenting the gold award. After all, he's the main host of the event, but sheepishly stands back and Meghan swoops in and goes ahead to present the medal while Harry gets to play the supportive spouse. This is ridiculous, and it leaves a bad taste in many people's mouths, considering that royal traditions dictate that a man should always take precedence. Now, some might argue they've stepped away from their royal duties and traditions don't apply anymore. But come on, Harry is the one who founded these games, and when it comes to handing out the awards, he should be the one doing the heavy lifting and not his wife. Also, it's one thing to work as a team, but this feels more like a power play. It's textbook narcissism and comes from a place of control, selfishness, and self-gratification from Meghan's side. She manages to steal the limelight from Harry by presenting the gold medal, then leaving him in the shadows, which is a typical narcissistic move. Let's move on to the next clip. This is perhaps the most recent moment that's still freshly ingrained in our minds. The video is from the Kevin Costner charity event, and it just left all of us with secondhand embarrassment for both Harry and even Meghan herself. So, Harry is supposed to present an award to Kevin, but it seems like Meghan has to insert herself into his role to satisfy her need for self-importance. Because how can you explain her picking up an award that's inches away from Harry, who then has to walk 2 steps to present it to Costner? Harry is a grown man, a prince by that matter, and he sure can pick the award by himself. He doesn't need Mummy to do it for him. Just by picking up the award, Meghan has already directed all the attention towards herself, while the main focus is supposed to be on Harry and Kevin. To make matters even worse, she gives that little push as he steps forward, as if she doesn't trust him to walk to the right place and complete the task. This is cringy and just convinces me that Harry is a weakling who can't stand up for himself, and that's what enables his wife's gross behavior. And, by the way, do you notice how he steps back after presenting the award, while Meghan remains stuck right in the middle of the stage like a kid who's waiting for candy? She really wants to enjoy her 15 minutes of being in the limelight. Anyway, that's not in today's topic, so I guess we'll just continue. Here's another clip where we see Meghan mothering Harry around like the man-child he is. I guess they were off in Ireland for a royal visit, and they had to sign some sort of a guest book. We're all familiar with royal protocols, and we know that a consort always walks behind their partner. But we also know that Meghan was not too big on following royal rules. Here we see her taking the lead and even gesturing at Harry to walk ahead and sign the book. It's so belittling. But here's the thing, Meghan. Harry has been a royal since birth. He's been doing this royal stuff long before you even knew he existed. So maybe let him handle the royal duties while you focus on looking pretty and flashing that famous fake smile of yours. The following 2 clips show us Meghan literally instructing Harry on where to stand. Here, the couple is at the Queen's funeral walkabout, and they are accompanied by Prince William and Kate. We see Harry reading some letters, but here comes Meghan, the self-appointed director of Harry's life, dragging him away as if he's a lost kid in a supermarket. She won't even let him finish what he's reading. It comes off as controlling, and if you think about it, it's also disingenuous because she seems more concerned about showing the public her affection for Harry than she does reading the lovely messages left by the wonderful people of Britain. She doesn't even have the decency to give the man the space he rightfully needs during such a difficult moment. Maybe Meghan could take a leaf out of Kate's book. Look at them. They are independently viewing the flowers, doing their own thing, and yet there's no doubt they deeply care for each other. They have mastered the art of being together without the theatrics. In this other clip, we see what can only be described as a wife-turned-mom crossplay. Same as the previous clip, Meghan pulls Harry over, gesturing him to stand close to her or get out of that place entirely and move on. And this is disrespect at its finest because Harry is right in the middle of a chat with some guests, likely veterans, and Meghan decides she's had enough of small talk and she's ready to bolt. I guess when you're done, and who cares about anyone else's conversation, right? And I love it that Harry doesn't fall for her cheap control tricks this time. He stands up for himself and confidently lets go of her hand so he can better express himself. I have seen some people saying that maybe Harry was stepping on her dress and she was simply signaling her to move, but that's clearly not the case because we don't see any visible movements to the dress to indicate that it was being dragged under. Here's another clip where Meghan is making it known that Harry is just a trophy husband. It was at the polo match event, and Meghan walks in, kisses Harry on the lips, then proceeds to wipe him off like a mom does to a toddler's chocolate mustache. It is condescending, and we can even see that Harry looks very uncomfortable with the whole situation, and he'd rather be anywhere else in the world at that moment. At the same event, we also see her dragging Harry around, who is just going with the flow at this point. Again, it circles back to herself. She doesn't have any consideration for Harry, and she thinks that he should operate exactly the way she does. It's like Harry is her personal lapdog at this point. And to make matters worse, she tries to soften the whole situation with this fake ear-to-ear smile, and it's ridiculous. This is the last clip for today. Here Meghan and Harry are walking down this corridor, and Harry wants to stop and quickly shake hands with this person, but Meghan won't even let him do that. She won't let go of his arm, and for a moment, Harry looks like a kid sandwiched between her mom and dad's hands. It's as if she was afraid that he will wander off in the wrong direction and felt the need to not let go of his hand. But in all seriousness, it just shows that either Meghan is an insecure and needy woman who can't find confidence without her husband, or she's a toxic control freak who wants to control every little thing her husband does. Now, let's talk about Harry. I have no ounce of sympathy for him because he's just a knucklehead at this point who likes being controlled. When did he lose his self-respect and dignity as a man and allowed himself to stoop so low? It's not even about being a man here. It's about standing up for yourself and protecting your basic decency as a human being. In my own opinion, Harry might have liked Meghan's mothering side when they first started seeing each other because he lost his mother at a very young age. And maybe he needed that sort of reassurance from his partner. But as time passed by, it became too much, and we have seen how uncomfortable it makes him feel in these videos. These gestures have become downright condescending, and even Harry himself no longer finds them cute. In fact, these are not even mothering gestures, but straight-out narcissistic control in action. There are many other occasions where Meghan has been seen controlling Harry and acting like her mother in public. So if you would like me to make a part 2 of this video, just tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like it because a little birdie told me it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. If you are not subscribed, please do so and ring the bell so you get notified every time I post an awesome video just like this one. These might be simple actions for you, but they mean the world to me. Thank you.